Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentuckians brace the cold to raise money for people who have so little. And people gather in Nashville for a chance to honor the coal miner's daughter with sounds of country music.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Chas Gayhart. It is Monday, October 31st, and I am positive that Brandon, a lot of parents and kids are up wanting to see what you have to say.
Especially right now, they're getting up and getting ready for school, but they're waiting to see what comes after school when it comes to the mess that is coming down in some of their areas. And again, stay tuned. We'll hopefully see less rain later.
But you're optimistic.
I'm optimistic. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's see what's going on out there this morning. Very soggy across parts of the area, especially in the eastern counties. Let's go to satellite and radar, take a look at the last few hours. It has been pouring the rain in some areas basically all night long. Now remember, the rain and the wind has blown some of the leaves off the trees. We knew that was going to happen. So if you see leaves on the road anywhere, slick roads. If you see ponding water anywhere, slick roads. Just be careful out there this morning. Also a lot of fog, but the heaviest bands of rain now moving into parts of the Big Sandy and parts of southern West Virginia. Anything less than 5 miles on this map is dense fog. That includes Jackson, Hazard, Pikeville, Wise, Jonesville, Middlesboro, Williamsburg, and Somerset. Now again, that's just the sensors. Could be some low visibility in other places as well. Temperatures pretty steady out there. 54 to 61 is our range this morning, so a mild start to the day. So for temperature-wise, kind of a normal day on the coffee meter, but of course, it's Monday once again, so a little extra for that. As you get ready to get up and get those donuts, as they start to go away, you'll notice that temperatures slowly trek up, but not as much, because I do believe those clouds are going to hang around for much of the day. I hope I'm proven wrong by that, but I think they're going to hang around for much of the day. But I do think we get drier as we head toward the afternoon and evening hours, just in time for the ghosts and goblins to hit the streets. Chas?
Thanks, Brandon. Well, our region is mourning the loss and remembering the life of a beloved and longtime first responder. Officials with the Pikeville Fire Department announced the death of Randy Courtney, the man wearing glasses you see standing in the right of this photo on Facebook Sunday night. He served as a battalion chief for the Pikeville Fire Department and was the chief of the Island Creek Fire Department. The Post went on to say Courtney followed in his father's footsteps to save lives, and that his love of being a firefighter was evident to anyone that knew him. Funeral arrangements have yet to be announced. And people in Laurel County are also in mourning after a young police officer lost his life on duty. London City Police Officer Logan Medlock was killed in a car crash Sunday morning. Medlock was driving through an intersection on South Main Street when he was hit by Casey Bird from Tennessee. The 26-year-old Medlock was declared dead on the scene, and Bird was arrested and charged with murder of a police officer as well as driving under the influence. London City Police Chief Travis Dobson says the crash has been hard to process.
We're in just a horrible time of shock, disbelief, and we appreciate you all being respectful to us.
Medlock is survived by his wife Courtney and 5-year-old son Brantley. Kentucky State Police are continuing their investigation. Advocates say this deadly crash highlights the dangers of high stakes of driving drunk. Julia Sander talked with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, who say this tragedy could have easily been avoided.
The death of Officer Logan Medlock hits close to home for a lot of people in Kentucky. It's a crash that could have and should have been avoided.
You'd think that by now people would understand that there are consequences to their actions, but they don't.
Alex Audie is the president of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. She says when you're impacted by drunk driving, it puts you in a club that you don't want to be in. The drunk driver who hit Officer Medlock is now charged with murder of a police officer and a DUI.
I think that that's something that makes it even harder and even more devastating. If it's something that was an accident and it just happened, that'd be one thing. But this is something that never has to happen. And it's all because someone made a choice, a very bad, dangerous, and deadly choice in this case, to drink and drive.
London Councilman Daniel Carmack says after a tragedy like this, He wants people to know that your choices affect everyone.
That was a choice that this other person made to get behind the wheel while intoxicated and could have been completely avoided. And so that makes it even harder to comprehend. It's not just an accidental loss of life, but this is something that is a result of a choice.
While the community mourns one of their beloved members and friend, Alex says Matt is there to help them through this difficult journey.
Thank you to him and his family and the whole London Police Department for everything that they've done, but that we're also here to support all of them.
In Lexington, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
Law enforcement agencies, medical facilities, and pharmacies came together Saturday for the DEA's biannual Drug Take-Back Day. Those with the Baptist Health Corbin Retail Pharmacy say Drug Take-Back Days help people properly dispose of their unused or expired medications, which can also prevent these medications from getting into the hands of the wrong people.
If you have something sitting around, it's easy for somebody to take it, and if you're not taking it anymore, or if it's expired and you aren't really paying attention to it, you're not going to notice that it's missing. So it's really important to dispose of them when you're done with them or when you realize that they're expired, so that not only people but pets or animals don't get a hold of them as well, because it can be harmful for them as well.
If you missed the opportunity to drop off your medications for Drug Take-Back Day, many facilities like Baptist Health Corbin Retail Pharmacy have permanent drop-off boxes to dispose of those medications. The second annual Run for Shelter 5K was held in Floyd County during the weekend. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more with officials with the Mattawar House of Hope about what the shelter does and how this event helps them provide for those in need.
The Mattawar House of Hope in Floyd County helps folks in need across eastern Kentucky.
We're a homeless shelter, but what we really do is we try to transition people from homelessness into housing, jobs.
On Saturday morning, folks gathered at Stonecrest Golf Course for the House of Hope's second annual Run for Shelter 5K, helping the shelter provide folks with tools to succeed.
We're trying to give folks a hand up for whatever reason that they're down on their luck. They've run into a challenging situation in their life, and to take them in and help them, if it's with a GED, or help them find a job or help them find housing, it's very important.
Filling a need within their community.
A big need for the shelter, and you know, we have hopes to expand in the near-time future too. There's definitely a need there across the Floyd County region.
With folks braving the cold and willing to run for a cause.
You know, we cannot take this up, all that wealth upstairs. We have to spend it somewhere. You know, this is the best place to spend our society, our people, our neighborhood. I think all these people need some help, and whatever we can, we do.
Helping those in need, one step at a time. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Vice Chairman Tim Hatfield says the Mattawars recently donated enough funds to pay off the shelter's mortgage, which will be a big help as they focus on providing extra help for those affected by flooding. And what started as a fundraising opportunity for One Eastern Kentucky Teachers Esports Club is now a full-fledged business. Nathan Little of Perry County is the owner of Queen City Streams, where he hosts in-person and online gaming competitions and tournaments. The business began in 2019 and has grown to host events with hundreds of games from across the nation.
It's crazy. I never thought that I would be able to do this. You know, I never thought, especially from here in eastern Kentucky, that I'd be hooked up with all these people from all over the country, and it's been something to watch.
Little is also a finalist for the Invest 606 pitch competition this April, where he will give a presentation on Queen City Streams in hopes of earning the grand prize. The Judds brought their farewell tour to Rupp Arena Saturday night. The Judds were hit with tragedy earlier this year after Ashland native Naomi Judd died in April. The show was the only one to feature Grammy winner Faith Hill. Fans say it was a great way to celebrate Judd's impact on country music.
The energy about Wynonna Judd is outstanding. That it's just a great place to be and a great moment. And we all know Naomi Judd grew up not too far from here, so it's a moment to celebrate and to heal.
The tour will finish off on February 25th in Hollywood, Florida. Country music fans in Nashville were eager to pay their respects to Loretta Lynn on Sunday. The Johnson County native died earlier this month at the age of 90. This was the line outside the Grand Ole Opry around 8 a.m. yesterday. It was a star-studded affair with Dolly Parton, Reba, Keith Urban, Faith Hill, George Strait, Sheryl Crow, and many more stars in attendance. Fans who attended say it's important for them to pay tribute to Loretta since her songwriting meant so much to so many people. Dolly Parton says her touring days are done. The country music legend told magazine Polestar she doesn't want to tour because it takes a lot of time and energy to plan, and she doesn't want to be away from her husband for weeks at a time. Her last tour was in 2016, and with 60 shows, it was her largest North American tour ever. However, the 76-year-old isn't ruling out special events like festivals and says technology makes it easier to stay connected with her fans. She also told the magazine she's working on a rock album and would love Stevie Nicks or Lady Gaga to sing with her.
That'd be an interesting concept. 6:11 here on this Monday morning. Happy Halloween to you, and we're continuing to track a little bit of rain across parts of the region. Let's go to live pinpoint Doppler radar, and you can see the heaviest bands. We'll zoom in on there just a little bit, moving out of Pike County through Floyd County and into western West Virginia. So we're going to continue to watch all that as we head to the next few hours, but it's starting to kind of die down, especially here in Hazard, over toward Hindman, over into Letcher County. It's now over into parts of Floyd, Pike, and Mingo and Martin counties this morning, also into Logan County as well. So again, temperature's not moving. 54 in Clintwood and Wise, 61. Irvin, Somerset, and Jacksboro. Maybe just a couple of drops. Most folks are near 60 this morning. And again, double digits warmer in Richmond, Hazard, Middlesboro, and Ashland, and close to it in many other locations as you start your Monday off. Last day of October, can you believe that? Scattered rain chances will be around through about lunchtime, and then I'm hopeful that we see some clearing skies, at least from the rain, by this afternoon. Chas?
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, authorities in South Korea investigate a tragedy at a Halloween event that took the lives of more than 150 people, including a Kentucky college student.